Okay, day 12 of my Australian Alps walk. Just swung up out of Tin Mines. Didn't do a lot of videoing down there because there was those people down there, so a little bit awkward. I've just turned on the Cowombat track. The plan today, well, if the weather improves a bit, is to follow Cowombat track all the way down to Cowombat Flat and maybe climb the pilot on the way through. The Alpine Australian Alps Walking Track goes over Snow Gums track, but I'd rather climb the pilot as a side trip. But there's no use climbing a mountain off track if I can't see anything. So we'll see how it goes. There's a couple of hours before I get there. It'll probably burn off, I reckon. Sun's only just come up. It was dewy last night, camping low. Cold initially, but then it wasn't too bad after a while. That kind of warmed up again, but just so dewy when this fog rolled in. Anyway, so I've got to dry the tent somewhere today, hopefully. Apart from that, all good. I'll be in Victoria tonight, one way or another. Take it easy. So this is Cowombat track, where it starts near Tin Mines Huts. I'm going to fill up with water up here at Tin Mine Creek, another, I don't know, kilometre. I've got a litre, but I don't know about water down there. We'll see how we go. It's going to get a bit touch and go. Those ranges were dead set on, there's not much water around, and the brumbies have spoilt the banks, so it's hard to get it without getting it all muddy and silty. So we'll see. I think I'll be okay. So this is Tin Mine Creek, and plenty of water here. I'm going to top up for the day because I don't know now if I'll get water until I get over near the Murray River, and even the ranges are saying the Murray might be dry at Cowombat, so I might have to go up to Pilot Creek. But yeah, this is pretty reasonable by the look of it. I'll treat it though, for sure. There's a promising sign. Still cloudy down in there, towards the Murray down there. But, well, still foggy. But I've come out of it up here. So it looks like the pilot might be a goer. I'm about to stop for breakfast, so I'm getting a bit hungry. As soon as I find a good log to sit on. Now I'm in the sun. Life's pretty good at the moment. So I've stashed my pack down at Cowombat track. I'm just heading off piste now, up to the pilot. So I'm aiming for a saddle between the pilot and the little pilot, and I'll climb the ridge. So the scrub's not too bad. Pretty rocky, as you can see, but I'd rather rocks than scrub. Okay, well, I'm up on the pilot. It's a bit closed in. There is some views. That's the Murray River down there. I'm going to have a bit of a break up here, so I'll see if it lifts a bit. It's just closing in now though. The cloud's kind of lifting slowly. I'm heading down there towards Cowombat Flat next. So I'm just dropping off the pilot now. There's actually a few cans you can see. I don't know if you can see on the grass there. You can see where a few people have walked up here. I'm guessing there's probably maybe 100 people a year get up here, if that. It's not many, but there is a little bit of a can line at the top here somewhere. I mean, if you use a lot of imagination. There's one there on a rock. I mean, it'd be pretty hard to go too far wrong on this one. You follow a ridge into a saddle and you drop off the side down to meet a fire track, so it's not that tough. But I'm not going to film much because it's incredibly rough underfoot and it's hard work walking on this stuff. All right, I'll catch up with you soon. So, I'm dropping down. I'm following Cowombat track all the way in instead of the Australian Alps Walking Track goes along Snowgums track, but because I did that side trip up to the pilot, it's easier to follow Cowombat track down to Cowombat Flat. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to camp tonight. I'll see how I feel when I get down to Cowombat Flat. It's a little bit early, but if I go over to Bulley and the Cobras, it's going to be a little bit late, so I don't know. I'll see how I go when I get down there. They're both nice spots, so time will tell, I suppose. But yeah, another day. The clouds kind of, fog's burnt off. It's actually quite warm when I'm walking uphill, but there's not too much uphill on this track. There's a little bit uphill after Cowombat if I go over to Bulley. We'll see what happens. All right, I'll catch you when I get down to Cowombat, I guess. Okay, Cowombat Flat. It's been a while. Certainly no shortage of signposting around here. That's a crossover into Victoria. And the Murray's got a reasonable flow on it. Okay, well, that's not me, but anyway, thankfully. It's dried out compared to other times I've been here. Alright, I'm going to head to Bulley. Well, I'm going to head around that way. If I find somewhere else closer, I might stop there. This is a somewhat famous plane wreck at Cowombat Flat. The survivors of this wreck walked out to Benambra. There's a little bit more of it buried back down the trees here. Not many people see it. If I can find it. Here it is. Obviously this isn't a recent plane wreck. This goes back decades. Someone's camped over there. and that's Cowombat Flat down there. So in Victoria now, still on Cowombat Track. Well, here it's track, in New South Wales it's trail. Same piece of dirt though. Straight away though, you notice, or I do anyway, the hills start to ramp up. So there's not a lot of flat sections. It looks flat on the map, but there's not a lot of flat sections on this track over to Bulley Creek. It's up and down a bit, but it's pretty easy. Tomorrow things will get a bit realer. So I'm less than a K now from Bulley Creek. There's been a couple of desperado kind of campsites after Cowombat Flat, but really there's not much. So I'm best to go down here to Bulley, I reckon. It's going to make a long day of it anyway. That's all right. It's not like I'm going to be sitting around talking to anyone tonight. It'll be cooked dinner and into the tent. This is Bulley Creek, and she's bone dry. So we have a problem now. I'm going to have to keep walking into the night. I've got a food drop, another couple of k's away with some water in it. Now there's some horses up there. I don't know if they're coming up. So I might have to walk up to the food drop. So I'm going to be doing maybe a longer day than I thought, which is a bit of a pain. I did talk to a hiker yesterday at Cascade Hut and asked him about Bulley Creek. I said the one just after the car park. He said, yeah, there's water in it. Anyway, what do you do? I've got water. It's not like I'm going to die of thirst out here. I've probably still got a litre and a bit, but not enough to camp really. So I'll keep going. Probably another. It's going to be dark by the time I get to camp though, that's for sure. All right, I'll catch up with you soon. Okay, that's the end of day 12. Turned out to be a bit longer than I thought. I think I walked 36 or 37 k's and climbed about 1,300 metres. So Bulley Creek was dry when I got there. I had about a litre of water, but it wasn't enough to, that wouldn't have been a comfortable night. So I only had about 4 more k's to go to get to my food drop. So that's what I did. And luckily I dropped 2.5 litres of water at the food drop. So I thought I only had 1.25. So that was a bonus. I've had a good feed, but it's a late night for me. It's about 10 o'clock. This is probably the latest night I've had. So I'll get up in the morning and sort the rest of my food drop. It's a good day today. As soon as you get over the Victorian border though, the hills start. So I was climbing and descending. So I didn't really need that extra hour of walking in the dark, but anyway, such is life. The pilot was good today. That's an awesome side trip if you're doing the Alpine Track. Highly recommend it. All right, I'm camped up near where the Stony Creek track drops off the side of the Cowombat Track. So if you've walked the Alpine Track, you'll probably know what I mean. But so in the morning, I basically just dropped down to Stony Creek. All right, I might have a sleep in the morning. I'll see how we go. All right, take it easy and I'll see you tomorrow.